they make me happy. I just like them a lot. I'm curious to see what happens to today's stream. Hopefully, I know it'll probably be fun, like it always is for me. Um, we'll see. Oh, thanks. It's going fine. Which is, I'm really worried because I'm nervous because we're really getting close to 1,300 subscribers. We do have a leader. The thing that's in the lead for the poll is singing songs my community decides. I'm terrified about that, but I will be a good sport about it. I'm already introverted, so that's gonna be a difficult thing to do. Um, but yeah, we're less than 5 actually at the moment, which is crazy to me. It sounds terrifying. Yeah, so that's in the lead. It has 3 votes. It's 3-2, so it's really close. So it's 3 votes for singing songs that my community decides, and 2 votes for writing a poem with my community. So we'll see what happens in the end. Am I worried? Not really. Yeah, it was a tie at one. Yeah, it was a tie. I don't know who pushed it over. Someone pushed it over today. I saw. So we'll see. Which means I gotta put up the poll to decide which day it's gonna be on. So who knows when that'll be. I should say because I don't know. We're like I said, we're like 4 away from it, which is kind of exciting and terrifying because I'm literally I'm not scared to sing on camera. It's just I have anxiety, so my anxiety will affect my voice. Is the only problem. So yeah, that's the problem. And the only thing I'm really scared about is I don't. What if you guys pick some? I have no idea what the heck they are, which is possible for me. Yeah, it's very close. So I'm actually surprised that it didn't stay a tie because I expected it to actually just stay a tie. And if anyone wants to vote, the poll is still up there. Hello, the poll is still up there for Oh yes, yeah. The poll's still up there for it. So there are 3 votes for singing a song my community decides, and the other one is you said I should pick the artists, and you guys can pick this. That actually is very brilliant, Nick. That is amazing. I never thought that because I don't. But also, there might be songs I don't know, even if I do know the artist, because I don't know all of the newer stuff nowadays. So we'll see how that goes. um, hello. But yeah, so we'll see, Nick. I don't know. Oh, hello, Graham. And hello. I don't know what to call you. It says your talk less is here. What do you want me to call you? Because I don't want to call you that. I feel like that's impersonal, and I feel bad about that. I'm not making any new people mods. I did that. I made a mistake with doing that one time, and they destroyed my whole live stream, and I'm not doing that again. And people that are typically mods have been here for months, so I'd rather pick someone that's been here for months than someone just literally came in here and asking me. Um, so yeah. I was watching this show called The Oval. It's really good. It's a Tyler Perry show, and it's really, really good. I can't tell because I know Jerome was like, "Don't say spoilers," so I'm not gonna say these spoilers. So if you want to watch it, you can look it up. It just came available last month on Hulu. So yeah, yeah. So I would I recommend it, but it's like intense. I ain't gonna lie. From the first episode, it's really intense. For the first episode, um, I really like one of the characters on there a lot because he's kind of like me. It's probably why I like him, even though he's a guy. But still, he's like kind of similar to how I would be if I was put in his position. So yeah, and I gotta catch up. I gotta write the most recent episode of Paradise. That thing is good. Very No, The Oval's been on. It's on. I think it's on its sixth season, but it just came recently available on Hulu, and it only has the first three seasons up. But I'm on season two. I've been binging it. I'm not sorry. The show with the Oval, the thing is good. Like the more I watch, the more episodes I watch, the more I need to watch more. It's like when I want to push the X button, I can't do it because I'm like, dang, I need to know what happens next because like it's so, but that's because it's intense and I like it's intense suspense kind of like thriller kind of stuff. So I like it. It's better than Sisters. I'm not watching Sisters. That's boring to me. I don't like it. I don't like Sisters. I'm sorry. I know people are like, what? I don't like that show. I know it's a Tyler Perry show. I just don't like it. Honestly, I think it's the first Tyler Perry show I didn't like because I really liked. It reminds. I think also the reason I like the Oval because it reminds me a little bit of the Have and Not Have Nots, and I really like that series. Um, oh dang, they're gonna get a seventh season. Okay, well, don't anyone that's actually seen the whole season all the way up to seventh season, please don't tell me what's happening because right now it's really intense already, but I'm sure it's gonna get more intense as the service goes on, so we'll see. And also, I found out that the show Paradise, the new series that's on Hulu, is getting it's having a second season, so we'll see. Um, yeah, I yeah, Hulu. I mean, Have and Have Nots used to be on Hulu, but it ended up expiring and it's off there. I ended up getting to see the rest of it because I had watched it on TV and then I couldn't find it on YouTube. So um, then it came on Hulu. So I watched the whole series, and the way it ends is intense, man. It is intense. Like the ending is like what's that's what I said when I watched the ending of the Have and Have Nots. And also, I've heard to say, Nick, thanks for modding, being a mod. Um, for saying this is what you said. Even though no, you haven't had to do the modding at this moment, but I appreciate you just to let you know. I mean, hopefully what happened last week doesn't happen again. 'Cause I did not like that. It was so rude. But and again, I'm sorry. Even though I know, of course, you're gonna say, "I'm right. You didn't call it." I know I didn't call it, but I feel responsible because it's my stream and it happens on my stream. So, um, yeah. Very curious to see what I am very curious to see what end up being, like I said, end up being in first place. So right now we have, I know you do your best. You don't have to tell me. I know. And I appreciate you. Back to that saying, I think, I don't know. I feel like right now singing songs is in first place, but I feel like I could get back to a tie if someone decides it to. But we'll see. Well, hello. What else was I watching? The Doc is good. That's a good show. It's about like a doctor who had. It's actually based on a true story that happened, but the character is actually a The character is actually the person that actually it happened to is a man. The man actually happened to a man, but in the show it happened to a woman. And he actually lost 12 years of his life through a car accident that caused amnesia. Really, it was intense, man. He like was a doc. He's actually a doctor. I think he's Italian, the real guy. Italian. He lost 12 years of his life, so he didn't remember his children growing up and stuff. Like he lost part of their lives. It's intense. Like it was intense. But in the show, it's a woman, and she lost 8 years of her life. So I think it's quite interesting. I've never seen a show like it before. I don't know how close to the actual story it is, particularly like all the details. Am I having a good day? Having an okay day. I'm just tired, but that's normal. It's an interesting. Yeah, I bet it is. Like particularly because she didn't in the show. I don't know if this happened for the real character, but I'm pretty sure it did. There was a movie like this too. A movie where she ended up having. There was a really bad car accident. Her and her husband were in, and the lady she went through the windshield. It was horrible. Oh my gosh. It's called The Vow, and that's actually really based on a true story that literally happened. She lost her memory, and she never got those memories back. They were married. Then I think they got divorced, and they got remarried. And I know they did get divorced again for real. After that whole situation. It's called The Vow. That's a really good movie, by the way. Um, it was a it's an interesting. I've never because I had never saw before that. I never saw before that movie. I never saw anything about. I think it's called retrograde amnesia, where you forget your life before a certain point. I'm not sure. That is a real. It's a really good movie. I really liked it, and it's really cool because even in the like even though she didn't remember her past, she ended up going back through the same like experiences. She had tried law school, she hated it, then she forgot she hated it, and then she almost she was with her ex fiance and whatever, that she broke up with him again because they didn't like mesh, and she ended up going back to art. I was like, I really love that. I really love that movie, probably because of the art too. But it was a really intense like love story. Like she didn't remember her husband, she didn't remember any of that. She didn't remember getting married, she didn't remember their romance, she didn't remember anything. And like to me that was really intense. I can't imagine like you're like I forgot it was like a snowy day on the movie. I don't know if it actually happened when there was a snowstorm, the real story. But there was a snowy day. I think he hit the brakes and he was trying to avoid something, and so I don't know if she didn't have her seatbelt on or she was about to have her seatbelt, put her seatbelt on, and she just whatever he did, she flew through the windshield, and I guess obviously probably the head trauma caused the amnesia. Um, I really like Rachel Adams. She was also in Notebook. I really like that movie too. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dad coughing. Um, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm glad my life is not like some of these shows. So I'd be thinking, oh my gosh, particularly if my life was like the Oval, the television Oval. I think I'd be like, nah, I don't want. You can give this to somebody else. I don't want this. I don't want this. Yeah, I'm good. Like, see, I want to say what the Oval is about, but I can't because I feel like somebody is gonna want to watch it and then be like, right, you told all the good parts, even though it's just like intense, I swear. Like the thing is, like from the first moment of the show, it's intense. Like they even have like a cult in the show, and all this other stuff. I'm like, what is this? Like, oh, so yeah, I'm like, well, this is intense. And I don't know. I like being myself. I was listening to what was I listening to before here? Came on here. I was listening to Paramore. Oh, hello, and thanks for that compliment. Um, I was saying like before I came on here, I was listening to Paramore. I was listening to Eminem. I was listening to Kelly Clarkson. And I was watching. I was before I did any of that. I was watching true crime. I love true crime. It's my thing. It's my special interest. Um, yeah. You said TV shows. Oh, thanks. Got them from Warby Parker. I think about 2 years ago. Um, don't remember what this. I forgot what this version is called. These like actual frames. I forgot what they're called. Um, I like my other glasses though. When I wear those, it makes me think of Superman, like the Clark Kent before he becomes Superman. I know it's weird, but that's why I call my other glasses. um, when I think about them. You said TV shows. They're pretty. I don't mind these glasses. I just like my other ones better. But thanks. Uh, you said TV shows or something that have been getting better. I feel like it depends. Like I feel like it depends on what TV show you're talking about for me because like not everyone that I watch I like. Like literally I was watching this show called The Sister. I'm sorry, I really can't stand that show. I watched it for like 10 episodes and I went past like and that show wasn't binge worthy. Like I think I got through I'm almost done season 2 and I think literally I think I've been watching it for only like I'm not sure if it's been a week since I started watching this show, which is bad because I mean I watched it so much that I can't stop watching it. I need to go back to watching it. I'm watching it after the stream tonight. It's because it's so good. I have to know what's happening. It reminds me of Have and Have Nots. Like I like one of the lead characters reminds me of Veronica. The other lead character reminds me of Jim. One of them reminds me of David. One of them reminds me of what was her name in the darn? Catherine. All of those characters remind me of each other. I'm like, but a little I do think that the character who plays would be considered Veronica in this show. Well, I would base it off Veronica. I would say she's a little bit more evil, this lady, but I understand her child is insane. I'm sorry. He is like it's crazy. I swear to you. When you look at the kid in the show, which actually makes me know that he's a good actor. Because if I saw this kid and I know he was acting, I'd be like crossing the street. I'm not playing. Like, I'm not playing. Because what I found out in this show, like when I saw the show, I'm like, gosh. Because the thing is, the kid is so charming. You would never think he was a darn mass killer. Like, I was like, what is this? It's actually really terrifying. Because the kid is very charming. And then it's almost like, I think the character might have DID. Because he goes from this, or maybe he's just very clever. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's DID or he's very clever. He goes where he's like shifts between he's completely solidly fine, and then he's like in this deranged like I don't even explain it. He like literally snaps out into another personality that's completely opposite of his personality. I've never seen that. But then he could be masking it so well, which actually really scares me half to death. Um, the way he just like was talking about how he killed people in the show, like I mean on the show, it was like kind of terrifying. And I know he's playing a character, but that scared me half to death. Because I'm thinking the way he non-casually like was telling his mom on the show, "Oh, you're gonna be my fourth victim." I'm like, what? Like, what? That's like my brain was like, what did you say? I'm sorry, but if that was my child, I would have to get out of that house because I don't trust it. Hello, I wouldn't trust my child. Like the first victim was the way he did it was horrifying actually, because his father's like a philanderer. He like cheats on his wife or whatever, and so they were like I guess his mistress or whatever, his side piece, whatever you want to call her, was like in the bed and whatever, and he went to go use the bathroom, and he came back, and the lady was decapitated. And then we found out later the son did it. It was horrifying. And then the reason we found out is because he killed someone else and put her under the bed. The maid found her first. Another maid found her, the lady, different person, which is his second victim, and they were trying to dispose of the body, like, and then the mom found the sword because the husband was like, "Where's my sword at? Like, where did it go? It's missing from the unit." And they found it in a trunk, and they're like, "Isn't this the sword you were missing?" Yeah, it's terrible. The show is really good because honestly, that tells me if someone is really good at acting. Like, if you can go in and out of that role, like with no, he literally can go, "Oh hello, oh I thought I said hello, Dawn, hello." Back to what I was saying. Um, it's to me that's how you know if somebody is a good act. Hello. What was I gonna say? That's how you know if a. Oh, thank you, Nick. I don't even know who that was. I didn't even look at the message, whatever it was. I just ignored it because it kept saying message and review, health and review. I didn't click on it, so it was just spam. Okay, thanks. Um, okay, I'll take that as a compliment. Back to what I was saying. I think it's actually tells me that when a character can do a really good job at a bad role or a really terrifying role, that you kind of want to go across the street. There are a few people I've seen where they do really scary roles really well, and I'm like, I want to cross the street. Oh, thanks. It's just light blue. I wanted my room a different, darker color, but my mom didn't. This is back when I was a teenager. I wanted my room dark, like a dark blue, but my mom said if the sun hits in here, like it's gonna like, if I close my window, it's gonna be like black in here. So no. Does anyone? I've never heard of. I don't think I've ever heard of those. Witchy Tiger Girl. Is there another name I can call you? Because I'd rather call people by their names or some kind of nickname than calling them by their tags on here. Mm, it's a thing. I know it's probably weird, but I don't really feel bad about it. Like I'd rather call someone by their. I know that like in the show like this is a like in the show from Nickelodeon what's it called? iCarly. I did not like Sam's character, but I realized that you want to be called Echo. Okay, I can call you Echo. Okay, that's fine. Um, Nice name though. I like it, Echo. But like I was saying, I like when characters play the bad role so convincingly, but they're actually really nice people. Like I think Jeanette McCurdy is probably really sweet, but she plays the mean character, played the mean character in Sam so well. It's convincing. Like I do suspect that like this character who plays the first lady in that show, The Oval, I suspect she's actually really very sweet, not as mean as her character is in the show. It makes you want to slap her a few times. I'm just saying. Same with the lady who played Veronica in The Have and the Have Nots. I suspect she's not actually even like is nothing like that character. Like I suspect they're not anything like that. I think it's really it tells me if someone can act if they can play the dark character so well that it doesn't there it's like basically it's like you completely shifted your personality even though it's not actually shifted at all, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that made sense. Um like I don't know. But then some people that just are literally just acting the way they are, then that's not really, I'm not trying to be mean, but that doesn't really take much talent, I'm not gonna lie. At least I don't feel like it does unless you're doing some kind of dark role, I guess, maybe that is maybe darker than you. I don't know, but I feel like that's just a thought. Mariah has her thoughts, and I know my thoughts are not always right, but I share them anyways. So yeah. Yeah, like yeah, I agree. Like yes, just like Draco from Harry Potter. He seems like a very sweet guy. He said the worst is when you find out a great actor whose character. Yeah, what's that guy? The guy from I don't know if you guys ever heard of this movie. Dang. It's called Raise Your Voice. With Haley. What's her name? Haley Duff. No, Hillary Duff. Hillary Duff. And that was like that movie makes me sad only because I know that one of the actors from there, I guess he'd be considered a supporting actor. He had gotten in a really bad motorcycle accident. They said it shifted his personality, and he ended up going and killing killing somebody, and then they think he might either committed suicide or I don't know. I forgot his name. I think his name is Jeremy something. Um, I think that's what his name is. Do not quote me on that, but you can look it up if you. Yeah, it was really sad. Yeah. I don't think I've ever. I'm trying to think. Is there a movie where Hillary and Haley played in together? I think there. I know that Ali and AJ Mashaka played in a movie together. I don't remember if I've ever seen a movie. I feel like I've seen a movie with Haley and Hillary Duff. I'm not drawing. I know Mary Kate and Ashley played in movies together. They're sisters and twins, and they've also been in shows together. I know that. Um, I really like. I'm not gonna lie. I really love their that dang, what was that show? Uh, Dang it. I had their books. Had some of their books. From Mary Kate and Ashley. I used to watch their show. I know, of course, they're older than me, but still, like that was a good show. Yeah, I watched that show. I'm talking about no, I'm talking about the other one. There's another one they actually were in. Another one. What's it called? Bloody crap! It's the one where they're like sisters and they're like in high school and crap. I forgot what it's called. Um, I don't think it's called So Little Time. I don't think so. I'm trying to think because they also had their movie series before they quit acting, both of them, because they both do fashion stuff now. I know their sister acts. Their younger sister. Um, I don't really watch her stuff though. Um, I really did like I liked yeah, I thought I also it is called So Little Time. Okay, I was thinking it's called something like that, but then I thought maybe it's wrong. Because I was thinking, oh, I know what I was thinking. I was thinking of the theme song from the show. That's why my brain was like thinking that. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I was only 9 and 10 then. That's terrifying thinking that. That's actually crazy to think that. That's freaking crazy. Yeah, but um, I'm just thinking, like, I have a book. I don't remember one. We used to have this book I read. I don't remember. I might have went somewhere. I went somewhere in this house somewhere. Um, where they like went on little bit. I love their little adventures. They had yeah, the show I knew about. I did know about their movies because I watched their movies too. I liked them in Full House. I did not realize back then. I didn't realize they would switch them in and out. I'm not sure. I forgot which one was on camera more. I think it was between one. It was one of them two because I forgot why. There was a reasoning. Yeah. Um. I can understand why they wouldn't want to be in the spotlight all the time. Like, they were already in it since they were like 6 months, I think, when they were babies. They were into that show, so they didn't really get, in my opinion, they didn't really get much of a childhood because they basically probably were followed by a camera all the time because they were in the spotlight since they were babies. So like, um, oh, hello. So yeah, I'm doing okay. It's afternoon where you are. It's evening here. Um, thinking. I need to. I need to. I'm very. I just. You picked something like, but like I said, thing. But I mean, we picked two different topics, but we don't know which one's gonna win, and the one I think is gonna win probably is gonna win, and I'm gonna have to do that. But okay, Mariah, it's fine. Yeah. Um, back to what I was saying before I got distracted. Um, oh yes. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be fun to do that topic, but I'm like literally terrified. I know you said like I can pick the person, but what if people like pick songs I literally never heard of? Because that's possible. Like I like a lot of different songs that most people. Oh, it's glitching? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was glitching because this thing doesn't tell me. You're fine. No worries. Don't need to apologize. I if you're talking about the person I blocked them. You're good. Um, but I hope Joe comes in here. I want him to come. What's your question? Yo, you're fine. You're fine, Nick. No worries. I don't know what that is. I literally don't know what that is. Oh, thanks, Nick. I don't know what they're talking about. Um, Also, if you're bored, you don't have to stay in the stream. You can leave. Like I don't mind. Uh, I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't dance on stream. That's not happening because I'm not about to be embarrassed. Um, I this is one thing I literally hate is being embarrassed. by people or people purposely trying to embarrass me. So yeah. Um, and I don't try to be something I'm not just because someone wants. Like for example, people telling me I need to do things like force me to block or unmod or do something good to get people's attention. I don't do that kind of stuff. I've never been that kind of person. Like I know there are people that like doing that stuff. I'm not that kind of person. So if people come in here to get me to do things that I don't want to do, that's not. I don't owe them that. I'm very blunt and honest, and that can be off-putting for some people, and other people it's fine. But I'm Mariah nonetheless. I be myself, and I think it's important to be yourself. And yeah. Well, I don't, Nick. You already know I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I know you're probably a lot more lenient. I'm not as lenient because I think about my past, and if I see something that feels like an attack on me, then I block immediately. You're fine. Some people don't have good intentions, so if I feel like someone's not doing something intentionally to like try to harm or harm anyone in this chat, though it's an immediate block. It's not a talk about let's block or nothing. So, yeah. Because there are some people that just come in here, and there are some that come in here just to intentionally bully people for no reason at all. Like I've had people come in here and just harass me and other people, even in my comment section. I've had people come on my channel just to harass, and that's not gonna be allowed. Like I don't owe anyone the right to be harassed. Well, I don't give no one has the privilege to just harass me and stay on this channel. That's not what's going to happen. I do suspect they want a reaction, and that's fine. If you want that, I don't have to. I've learned to ignore people because I've had to, unfortunately. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that because I know people are just trying to get an interaction. Tired, and I'm just gonna be Mariah. If people don't like it, that's not my problem. Um, I think it's important to I see what's happening, but I'm not surprised. I knew it was gonna happen eventually. Where there would be people that would just try to harass me. I know what Satan is trying to do because he knows that he wants me to take this channel down. I know exactly what he's trying to get me to do, and it's not gonna work. Because I've noticed the more I talk about certain things, a lot more hate comes there. Like even on Saturday, when this person was encouraging me, which was amazing. Um, because there was people harassing me when I was talking about the topic I was talking about. People were in there harassing me. Actually, I think I did pretty better than I thought, especially since I didn't have any mods in there on Saturday. Let's be honest, pronunciation is already a thing for me. I am dyslexic on top of being autistic and an ADHD. I don't try to hide it. People can bash me all they want if they want to. I'm not gonna stop. This gonna make me upset or anything because let's be honest, I've had worse said to me. Um, and what the hell do I care what people have to say? Like and hate, and honestly, people that are trolls and hateful, they are weak anyways because they can hide behind the keyboard and just say things and rather than just say it to my face. And I'm not scared of any of them because they think that they're so much more, they're like a lot better than me, which they're not. It takes like 5 seconds to type something than to actually say something to someone's face because I doubt if they said it to my face, they would like what would happen after it's said. Yeah. I did that topic, Echoalia, because I wanted to learn more about it. I knew about it because of this little boy that I worked with. He did that. I do it. I didn't realize that's what it was back then. I do know now. But I know it's an autistic. It's a trait with autism. Tourette syndrome and some kind of form of dementia, I think they said. Which I did not know the last. I did not know the last one. I'm not surprised about Tourette's though. Um, yeah, it's very interesting, and I like picking topics that I like to learn more about, and then also I feel like other people may want to know. I do also take people's suggestions. I have a like the one that's coming up next this week is on a topic suggested to me. Next week was a topic suggested to me, which I'm not looking forward to doing that one because that's on a case I have to do. And I'm gonna get mad because I get mad when it comes to um I get mad when it comes to people assaulting other people. It just pisses me off. What do you mean? What do I do? I like your name. I'm talking to you, Luke. Just to be clear, I'm talking to you, Luke. I like your name. But what do you mean? Like job? What do you mean? Oh, you mean what my channel is about? It's a disability related channel. Also have my own disabilities. Oh, what my channel's about? It's a disability related channel, so I do different disability related topics. I talk about I've had shared my own experiences with my own disabilities. I for people that don't know, I am autistic, dyslexic, and an ADHDer. I've done videos on that. I've done some on true crime. I've done some on disability hate. I've done inspiring poems I've made about myself and stuff. There's a lot of different under the playlist. There's a lot of different ones. I even have my own art, like that I some from childhood, some from now, some from teenage years, some disability related art, like a lot of different things. I'm Funny thing is I didn't think I could write poems. Funny thing because like as a child I was not able to string words together like normal people. I know it sounds really generic, but I mean as like how most people probably can string words together. Aw, that's so sweet. Thanks. Um, well, hopefully that helps you, Luke. Hopefully I answered that question. I don't know. Thanks for the question. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Like I appreciate people not assuming what this channel is about. Also for the people that are new on the channel, I have a poll up. I think it's maybe 7 days old, 6 days old. It's under the community tab, and you got to go down, and you see well, for anyone that wants to vote, you don't have to. For a poll on when we get to 1,300 subscribers. Um, what should I say? 1,300 subscribers. You guys get to decide what topic we're doing. I'm terrified about the results, but I think it'll be good either way. The two ones that are in, one that's in first place is singing songs. The community decides. I'm terrified about that, but I think it'll be good. And the other one that's in, hold on, Luke. I saw your question. 1 second. The other one that's in second place is um making a poem with my community self. Oh, you said, well, it's my medium for art. I love drawing. Do you want to see one of my drawings? I have a lot of drawings, but I can show you one of my drawings if you want. I've never tried. I would love to try sculpting. I've never tried it on my own. I've tried it when I was a kid, but that doesn't count. I don't count that because oh, look, this is one of my drawings actually sold. I don't know what I call it. I like it though. I don't, I don't even know what it. I don't remember what I called it. I think it's like a warrior or something. Someone told me it reminds them of a also if anyone wants to buy any of my art, I have links to my Patreon and Coffee. There my art is under the shop tab. I have other art on here. Trying to figure out which ones I want to show. That one, the one I just showed you, did sell. Someone bought that one. This one, people keep saying, I don't believe this. I know people are like, Mariah, that looks like something. What does this look like to you? I know what I drew. It's not what you think it is. I think I like it though. And of course, the MB is my initials because people try to steal people's art, and I'm not trying to have my art stolen. Oh, can you see that? I hope you can see that. I love my art. Sharing my art with other people makes me happy. It's not weird. Okay, maybe it is. It's blurry. Darn it. I don't know how to make it unblurry. Crap. And I don't know how to do that. Oh. I don't know why it's blurry, because on my side I don't see blurriness, so I don't know how to fix it. Dang it. But anyone that has these pieces of art actually are up on my Coffee and my Patreon, so if you can't see them here, you can always look at them there, I think. This one I really like. It's a mask. I don't know. I based this off of hopefully you can see it clearly. Based this off of Nickelodeon. I forgot. I don't remember from the 90s, back in the Nickelodeon connection issue. It's probably a YouTube thing, because YouTube tries to. I don't say nothing, just shut up. Don't say anything. YouTube just sometimes doesn't like me. That's why I think it does things. This one I don't think I have for sale, but I like it because I do like different bugs. I like caterpillars and I like worms. Worms, caterpillars. Oh yeah, also I forgot to say, Luke, I also have short stories that I wrote. One which was about an art museum. And you said it's adjusting my connection speed. Well, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even. I got nothing. I got nothing, Nick. I see. This I like my ones that are disability related. Like this one. This one says autistic and proud to be. I like this one. Which one I'll show you my favorite one though that is based on a disability related drawing that I made. It's my favorite. This is my favorite one. Someone bought this one. It's my favorite one though. Literally my favorite one. Because I like the bugs part and the busyness here. You said you're also interested in a lot of different things when you come to art or in general. I just like drawing. I also typically when I doodle, I just typically I drew one of my art pieces based off of one of my Twitter friends. It was based off this piece I did with the community's help. I did a drawing in my when I got to 1,200 subscribers. I drew what they wanted me to draw, and this one drawing I made was based off of one of their drawings. I think I would consider it a four-leaf clover. It's not in here. It's not in my sketchbook. Does anyone want to see that or no? I love my art. It makes me smile. Especially when someone buys my art, because I didn't think I'm that talented for people to buy it. Once my one friend and one of my subscribers has a gallery of my art in her house. I'm like, what? That's actually a thing. She's bought numerous pieces, and I'm kind of shocked by it. One thing is sometimes I get inspired to draw art. I draw something. I do draw new things all the time, honestly. I do have pictures on here. I have this. I've drawn this. I've drawn stuff that's based off of objects. Like this, I drew this. I like it because it's different. But I like drawing things that are not. I don't like drawing. I think I like drawing things that are abstract. Actually, now I think about it, I draw a lot more abstract drawings than at least as a child. I didn't draw as much abstract, but I like drawing abstract. I realize. Like this one. Let me see this one. Let me see if I can find the one that is based off one of my. This is based off of one of my what am I trying to say? Oh yes, one of my Twitter friends who was also on my was part of my community drawing. I drew this based off what I drew for her. like my art's different. You said maybe if I changed the camera angle. Trying to see. Let's see. I don't know. I wonder if I change it. Wonder if I rotate it, what will it do? How do I? I don't want it that way. I want it to shift it like this. And how do I rotate? It won't let me. It won't rotate. It won't let me rotate because of. You haven't seen paper. Well, this paper is from like when I was a kid. So some of these papers are from when I was a kid, but I drew on them because I wanted to use up the space. I drew these more recently. This one, Love Without Limits. I don't remember what made me think of drawing them with words with it. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know what's with the connection. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. My one friend likes this one because she said she likes hands, and I traced this one. I traced an object. This one I made with tracing an object too. Some of these were made with tracing an object. This was not made with tracing an object. Nor was this one. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I wanted for this picture I'm mad about because I wanted to do interlocking hands and I couldn't do it, and I got irritated. I was like, I can't do interlocking hands, so I have to do another object. So next best thing I guess is my foot. This one I really like. And funny thing is I didn't know how to draw stars. I know it's dumb, but it's a dyslexic thing. I didn't always understand how to draw stars, so I realized, Mariah, it's just two triangles, one up straight up and one upside down. Yeah, I did say Mariah. I do call myself by my name sometimes. This one just says, never stop chasing your dreams. And it's just like a shooting star. Like, but then surrounded by stars. And if you can tell, red and blue are my favorite colors. Oh, thanks. I guess that's a good thing. I'm glad you like my accent. I don't really like it. But, yeah, it's just a personal thought about myself. Yeah, that's all the ones I have on this sheet here that I would like to show. Trying to figure out when I want to share my short poems I have. I wrote 3, and I also drew 3 different pictures based off those poems. One is called Lines. Another one is called, oh, I'm from Maryland. Probably can't tell. I don't know. When my voice changes, when my mood changes or something in my body changes, I don't know how to explain it. My accent of my voice will change. It's weird. I swear. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's an autistic thing or it's a Mariah thing or it's something completely entirely different. I have no idea. I don't know. Wait, it sounds like the East Coast. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast. So like this one, there's a poem it's called Justice, and I did this. It did not come out the way I wanted in my head. I hate when that happens. Like it always happens to me. I have a thought, my mind has a complete like layout of how I want my drawing to be. And it doesn't ever normal either sometimes comes out worse than I think, which this one did in my opinion. Or it comes out better. It's not normally okay. Like this one there's a poem have a poem called Lines, and I just like decided I'm gonna just do one that's simplistic, all different kind of lines. I really gotta figure out when I'm gonna release those when I'm gonna do those short poems. It's not a bad thing. You're from Germany? Oh wow, I love getting people from different parts of the world. Oh, cool. Wait a second. That means it's really late over there. Now I feel kind of bad because I know it's late where Nick is, and I know it's late where you are. Wait, is your name? Hey, can I ask a question, Luke? If you don't want to answer, do not answer. It's okay. Is your name based off of like? Please don't take offense. I promise I'm not trying to be offensive. Because the only thing when I think of your name, Luke Oakley, I think of Annie Oakley. I'm so sorry. That sounds so rude. I'm not trying. I was literally, I don't know why. Don't judge me, please. I promise that wasn't trying to be offensive. Oh, I know it sounds offensive. No, I think I'll do it. Let me shut up, Mariah. Don't say nothing else. You just say things. Where's my other drawing? I had another one and I forgot where it is. I lost it. Hold on. Oh yeah. And then this one is it says to be heard. There's a poem I wrote called To Be Heard. Maybe it is a coincidence. See, this is why I need to stop talking. I just say things. Sorry, I'm impulsive for anyone that doesn't realize. It's probably part of, I'm pretty certain it's probably from my, yeah, I don't know if you should I don't know if you should look her up. I don't know. Huh? I'm not from Atlanta. Wait, I have no idea I don't know what you're talking about. I literally don't know what that means, but okay. Am I a bookworm? I wouldn't call myself that at all. I definitely. It's an. You said it's an Americanized version of your name. Wait, what do you mean it's an Americanized? Wait, my brain like literally lost. Wait, what do you mean, Luke? My brain like, what do you mean? Huh? Can you please clarify? I'm ignoring when people say things that are dumb. I'm ignoring that. So yeah, I do ignore it. Hello, but you like history? You're just like my ex. My ex likes history too. He likes history. I'm not one of those. I am not a history person. I mean, I don't mind people that are. I just that's not my thing. Like I love art and math. Those are both my thing. I like those things. I've always liked those. Now thank you, Nick. I appreciate it because I was about to say, Mariah, do not come out to yourself because you know you're gonna get about to get pissed. Because I know people are just trying to do things to make me mad, but okay. I know I look like a nice person, but when I get angry, it's not a good thing. No one wants to, I promise it's not a pleasant thing. Oh, it's not your legal. Oh, no worries. I don't mind it not being your. Whatever works for you, that's fine, because I know people prefer names over others. Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you, Luke. I appreciate it. Wait a second. I have what was I gonna say? I had a gamer friend that was he from Germany or Belgium? Don't judge me. I know. I'm also geologic. Don't judge please don't judge people. I am geographically challenged, so I don't always understand where things are in the world. It's so embarrassing. I think isn't Belgium is in Germany, isn't it? Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing, Ra. Don't judge me. But seriously, he spoke Dutch. What does that mean? Wait, does anyone speak any language besides English, which I know is a hard stinking language because and I'm also saying that as a native English speaker, which I do not. It's very I think it's one of the hardest languages ever. People judge me if they want to. I don't really care, but I've been judged in my past, so it wouldn't really mean nothing to me. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, I really am very curious to. Oh my gosh, now I'm feeling more embarrassed. Is Germany near Belgium? Now I feel so embarrassed. Oh my gosh. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. That might be why I probably thought they were this. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. The same. Because I mean, I know they speak German in Germany, but do you also speak Dutch there too? Because I know I think in the guy, one of my gamer friends was from Belgium, and also his friend was from Belgium. They would speak in like in the game. They would sometimes write in Dutch. I'm like, what the heck are they saying? Because the stupid game couldn't translate their Dutch, and like, it wouldn't translate. And I'm like, sometimes I would guess what they're saying, even though it didn't go very. Okay, so I feel a little bit better because it's around the area, even though I know it's not the same country. Oh, cool. Wait, does that mean you can speak Dutch and German? Sorry, now I'm curious. This is what happens with Mariah's brain. Like when I want to know something, my brain gets curious and starts asking questions. Even though some people say it's a conspiracy theorist. I'm not, which I'm not at all. I just get very curious when I hear something. I can't really help it. I know that's an autistic side of me, like wanting to know things. So Dutch and German. Yeah, I know they're different. I'm saying, but that's why I'm asking. Like, can you speak both, or do you speak one or the other? Or so that's I do know they're completely different. I wonder why they sound so when I hear them. Sometimes when I hear certain languages, they sound so angry, even though I know they're probably not really angry. Like it just sounds really forceful. I wonder why that is. Because I know in English, of course, when we like people argue, when people argue, you can hear the forcefulness um, of things. Oh, really? Oh my gosh, I didn't know. You taught me something new. Thanks, I appreciate that. I appreciate you for teaching me something new. Um, I did not know that Dutch, German, and Danish are part of the same family. Really? Does that mean you think anyone knows all three of them and can like really accurately like speak them fluently and not mix them up? Because I'll be honest, if I had to do that, I probably would mix them up. I'm just gonna tell you, yeah, that would have happened. So yeah. I don't know. I think different languages are cool, even though I can't understand them. Like I don't know. I don't like that I only can speak English. It's boring. But I'm also biased because, no, it's not my kid. That's just the picture that my mom gave me when I was young. It's not, has nothing to do with my family. It's just a picture someone made. They speak French? Really? I did not, wow, I had, whoa, I did not know that part. Okay, so they speak French and Dutch, in Belgium. Really? It's a small middle of French. Oh, it's in the small middle of France, Netherlands, and Germany. My gosh, now I feel like I'm learning things that. How come I did not learn? I don't remember learning this in school. Like, what? Like, this seems like really new information to my brain. Like, I don't. Maybe I didn't pay attention when when that was being told to me because it's not my fault because like it's boring. I don't like when something is boring. I just don't have to tune it out, which is not my fault because my brain's like I can't absorb this. It's boring. I'm just saying. But it's when people teach me it now, I feel like I can absorb it a little better because it's not like the way they dumb it down and the way they bore me to death in school. Sometimes they bored me. Like art history was fun because I like arts. Hello, I like arts, and math was fine because I like art and math. So those two were fine. English boring, because I didn't. It was a difficult subject, so I was like, okay, we gotta go through this literature crap, and then you have to inference. I freaking hate inferences. I know I shouldn't hate that, but I do. Oh, so Afrikaans is essential. Really? Essentially Dutch. Wait, where? Wait, really? I did not know. That's amazing. Well, you did say that, Nick, but I think that's really cool. Um, that's interesting to learn. I like learning new things. I appreciate you guys teaching me things that I did not know. So yeah, like I don't know. That's very interesting. I love that my community can teach me things I didn't know, and they learn things from me. He says the early version of Dutch that took, huh, different evolutionary route. Hmm. I like that I'm learning things I didn't know, but I feel like if I do feel like that, um, maybe because I'm not learning it from the textbook and I'm learning from people that actually have lived through some of this stuff. I would, Princess English, please, 'cause I have no idea what you said. Um, or at least translate it into English for me so I can know what you're saying. Um, oh wow, so it started as Dutch in the 1600s. Do you like history too, Nick? Because you seem to know all this stuff too, just like Luke does. Like what? I feel like my brain's like absorbing like what is happening, but and I'm so sorry if you can hear those kids outside. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't have a problem with kids. I have a problem with my this neighbor who's been here for a little while because their kids don't know how to respect things, so it makes me aggravated. Yeah, I don't understand French either. English, please. Unless somebody in my chat can translate French for me or something. If they can translate French for if any of you can translate French for me, that's actually gonna translate accurately. I don't mind it being in you talking in a different language because I don't understand it. But you don't like history at all. That's so hard to believe because you seem to know like maybe because I don't know. You must not have been bored by it. Maybe that's why. Yeah. Yeah, I don't speak in French either. I know what you're saying because I can kind of read it. Don't ask me how. Um and I know you're not doing I know you're not writing it to disrespect me in a different language, but I don't know what you're saying. That's all. If I had a translate button on here, then I'd be fine. Okay. Um English is also a German. Ew. Ew. Why? Wait, ew, wait. I don't like English though. It's not fair. I literally hate English because like the reason why I hate it is because it has so many different grammatical rules that you don't even they like literally don't make sense some of them. Like I was watching this during video where the person who was not from English but didn't know English, like there were different words on the dang thing. Like so you had the word tomb, comb, and bomb on the thing. And they're not any, they all are spelled similar, but the only thing that's different is the first letter. So you would think they would all be the same similar sound, but they're not. See what I can't. I'm sorry. English is annoying because like me being dyslexic, me being dyslexic, I already have different hearing different sounds, like not being able to differentiate sounds is already hard enough. But then you haven't put this stupid extra part on putting this stupid extra part where oh you have to follow all these rules and they don't always co-align with each other. So I'm like, what the frick is this mess? Like for me being dyslexic, other people being dyslexic or having any kind of reading challenges or whatever, that makes that crap hard. Like I don't understand. Like what the this is what I feel like in different languages. Hold on one second. Um, like I said, people. Why can't just? I wish words could just follow a certain simple rule and it not be over complicated. Then I feel like English wouldn't have been as hard for people to understand, and it wouldn't be such a difficult um thing. That's just what I think. Um, I don't know, but that's what I don't even know. Like, why can't like I don't like that in different countries like they follow different rules, and I'm like, how come we don't do that? We just follow. It should be like there should be one rule that meets or maybe a few rules, maybe not like all the. I feel like there's like 20 plus rules on how grammar is supposed to sound for each different statement. And I'm like, well, how is that like I don't get how it goes from tomb to comb. That's not even the same. What? And then it gets worse. And I'm like, how? I don't like the. Yeah, I bet I believe you that German is harder than English. I 100% believe that. It sounds harder when I hear people like speaking a different language. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? Even though they're not speaking in a language I understand, I can understand. It just sounds really challenging. Huh. Um, yeah. I'm thinking. Well, I have a question for you, Luke, because you were saying about challenging myself to draw something new. What did you mean? Do you mean like just randomly drawing something new? Because I do that kind of when I get time to do it. I do that. Or did you mean something else? You said you think all languages have oddities, though. German has far more is more complex than English, and then Luke said the way languages evolved is historically dependent. First, came the Germans, then the Romans, all invaded England, and then over the years, English changed and got added to. My goodness, you really do like history. It's nothing wrong with it. It's interesting learning from someone, learning something seems very simplistic from someone that I don't know than when I learned it in school. Maybe because there's no added, I think I know why. It's probably because there's no added pressure on, because in school you have to take tests, on this material, so you have to memorize it, and then you get irritated. So you're like, I don't like it. I don't really care anymore. At least that's how my brain worked. Like I have to memorize this, and then I can just take it out of my brain because like you pressured me into learning it and having to take a test on it. Maybe that's probably why I didn't like it. I do suspect that's probably why I don't mind doing poetry now, because I'm not being graded on it, and I can do my own like my own I can use my own personal experience to tell my story. You said, I believe that. I believe that most of the general knowledge. Yeah, I agree. I believe that most of the knowledge that you learn when you're not pressured is probably what you probably absorb. Can I read one of my poems? I can read one of my older poems. I'm not gonna read my newer poems because I want to do those in some of my short one of my shorts, some of my YouTube shorts. I can name some. And these poems actually are also up on my the ones I'm going to share are up on my YouTube channel if you want to watch them too. I can list some off that from my old poems I wrote. So hold on. The first one is called. Wait, that's not the first one. Hold on. Let's go back. My first one I ever wrote on my own. Well, outside of school, I should say. It's called Kindness. There's a lot of them. There's one called Kindness. There's a poem called I Am Me. There's a poem called Undiagnosed Disability. This one's called Cognitive Disability. Self-diagnosis. I like this one. Invisible to Seen. I really like that one. I wrote that one, and one of my Twitter friends, don't know what happened with them. He or she made a piece of art based on that poem. There is a poem called. I have a lot of poems, so okay. I should say I have enough poems. There's this one called Undeserved. And my art, the thumbnail for that piece of that poem is actually an art piece I made, and that art I think it's up on my. Pretty sure that art is up on my YouTube. I mean, it was up on my Patreon and Coffee. Which one do you want to hear? I have other pieces. I have one called Warrior, one called Embrace, one called No Shame. Like, which one do you want me to pick? Which one do you want me to do? Because there's a lot of them. They're all different. There's, I can say some of the newer ones, not the newest ones, but there are newer ones. The newer ones are, well, at least from last year, I have one called Embrace, one called No Shame, one called We Rise. Being Different is one. Beautiful Chaos, Blossom, Hidden in the Shadows, Misunderstood. Anything else? My Bluntness and Me. I got so many. You want to hear Warrior, Luke? Hold on. Okay, so I'll do Luke's and then I'll do the one that you said. I think is your name Gingerine. I hope I said that right. Okay. So Warriors first. Sorry you hear all this circular paper. It is on bro. Okay. I think this one is actually shorter than I think Being Different. Okay. So this is Warrior. Oh, hello. So Warrior, this is the poem. You are strong. You are brave. You are a warrior. Hello, Liza. You are tough. You are enough. You are a warrior. You are amazing. You push and push. You never give up. You are a warrior. Okay. And now the poem you want to hear, Gingerine. Called Being Different. Is it this way or the other way? Hold on. Other way. Wrong way. Yeah, here we go. Being different. Okay. Okay, so being different is not wrong. Being different is not something to be ashamed of. Being different is not bad. Being different is not something to be afraid of. Being different is not something that makes you powerless. Being different is what makes you unique. Being different is okay for you to embrace. Being different gives you power. Being different gives you a sense of community and belonging. Being different is what allows us to stand out and shine. And then what you said you want to hear, Misunderstood. This way or the other way? Let's see. I think it's the other way. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Misunderstood. Okay. Misunderstood by people. Misunderstood by family. Misunderstood by friends. Where does the misunderstanding end? Clear and straightforward is what I am, just to be misunderstood. My serious thoughts and statements are often misinterpreted and misunderstood, no matter how clear they are. My words have been twisted and turned into a box for the one interpreting what they must mean. I am often misunderstood. I will always be misunderstood. Me and being misunderstood have just become a part of my life. Me and being misunderstood is like walking a tightrope. Me and being misunderstood is like close friends that don't go together at all. Any other poems you want me to read? Yeah, most of these poems are very personal. Like that one is a personal one. Very personal one. Because it happens a lot. I like those poems. I didn't think I could write poems, honestly. So when people were like, I understand these poems and like could relate to them, I was kind of shocked because I didn't think I could. I didn't think I ever had a gift to flow words together. Like my sister is very creative in that form. So I didn't think I could do it because in school I could never string words well together. So being able to write a poem where it actually flows together is kind of. Do I do journaling? No, I don't. I only when I feel like I want to write a poem, I just write it. Like I like My Bluntness in Me. That's one of my favorite. For me, life is it can be a lot at times, particularly since I didn't feel like all of my life. It's nothing to do with my family or anything. It's just I never felt like I fit in. I know it's probably, I'm pretty certain it's from my being autistic and dyslexic and ADHD, all three of those in one person. And I didn't know for a long time I didn't know what they were. I knew about the dyslexic side. I didn't know about the ADHD and the autistic side. I didn't know. I suspected about them, but I didn't know. So yeah. Any other poems you guys want to hear? I'm not gonna read lines. I'm not gonna read justice, and I'm not gonna read to be heard because I haven't even released them on my YouTube channel yet. So, um, wait, I got there. Wait, I didn't know I got there. Oh, thanks, Nick. I had no idea I got there. Must have been through this stream I got it. Um, you don't. Wait, you don't. Wait, you don't like when people say exactly what they mean. Actually, I like when people tell me exactly what they mean. Oh, hi, Mildred. Um, any other poems you want to hear? I can read my bluntness to me. I really like that. I like people direct. I like directness from people. I don't like rudeness because rudeness can turn into bullying, and I've been bullied, and I really would not like to be bullied. If that makes any sense. I just try to be Mariah, and I'm just kind of used to being misinterpreted and people assuming I mean harsh. Like I even made a video sometime I think it was late last year. It was a video I made, and a lot of people that are autistic can relate to it. Typically people um ex- I'm very direct person, so it's called directness comes off as rude when you're autistic. It does. People often think I'm being rude when I'm actually being blunt. And people don't always. Oh, you meant they don't say what they mean? Yeah, I'd rather, yeah, a lot of people don't say what they mean. So I think people tend to sugarcoat things I don't quite understand. I love that my mom, does never done that. My dad doesn't do that, and I appreciate them both for that. I don't like when people sugarcoat things because makes me think that either you're hiding something or you're scared to tell me, and I don't understand what's the worst thing that you can tell someone when, unless it's actually even if it's bad news, it's better that you tell them than they'll be hurt in the end that you didn't tell them. That's just a thought. I like the and I like the poem No Shame. I like both of those poems. I wrote them last year. Actually, it's over a little over a year now. Um, like the one about cognitive disability, that is a personal poem. Well, I don't really want to filter anything. I also don't have a social filter like most people do, and I don't feel bad about it. I know people try to make me feel bad about it, but I don't. And I just be Mariah. I used to like a lot of my life. I used to just like want to be other people, which was not beneficial for me. It just kind of, in my opinion, it made me dumb myself down or pretend, oh, Mariah, we have to be this way. We don't have to be any way that we're not naturally are. Like, I don't think that's beneficial. Um, so yeah, I think that I am a person that is very, I don't know, unique, I guess, in a way. I think that people either hate me or they like me or indifferent, I guess. Um, don't really care about if they hate me, so what? I've had like that's not the worst thing that could ever happen. So, and um, I'm not gonna stop being myself just because I know people like there are people that probably just some people just don't. Sometimes also people sometimes hate what they don't understand. In my opinion, instead of hating it, why don't you just try to understand it? That's just a thought, but okay. Um, and I tend to say my thoughts very outwardly, even if people don't like that. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've learned like in the last year, I've learned to be myself a lot more because I decided to stop living in a broken area where I was living an emotional broken state. I lived in that state for decades. Um, and I said, Mariah, we don't need to live there anymore because I'm not representing myself in the way I could, and how can I help people if I don't show up as the best version of myself? I really like this one. This one, it's called We Rise. Do you guys want to hear that one? I like this one. I think I'll read it. I just want to hear if you guys want to hear it before I start, because that would be kind of weird if I didn't actually include you. That's the one thing I love about this community. I can ask people, and well, I'm glad you've learned things. And I'm glad that things I say can help other people. I mean, I didn't think I ever had a voice powerful enough to do that at one point. Even today's inspiring thought, I did not always know that my voice was important enough, like that it impacted other people. I had no idea. Like, I sometimes would shrink back in my voice because I'm like, okay, it's not that important. Like, of course, people say it is, but I didn't always think that. I do know now it's more important than I thought. Well, I used to want to be like my siblings, because I used to think that I'm fascinating. That's awesome. I'm glad you think so. I used to want to be like them because of school related stuff. I wasn't a horrible student, but I wasn't like, I would not say I was a gifted student. Things were a lot hard and like very hard in school, challenging. Like if I didn't have really good work ethic, which I developed because of disabilities, I probably wouldn't have got through both high school and college. And also, if I didn't have an awesome mom and parents that care, like I probably wouldn't have made it through college or high school. Mainly college though. But still, yeah. So does anyone want me to read the poem, We Rise, or No Shame, or Embrace? I don't remember what made me write these ones. I think for sure, I think for We Rise, I think I wrote that when I was thinking about power. Like, you know how in like movies, I know some people are not gonna relate to it. I was thinking about like I remember the black like movies where they do a little power like fight like I was thinking of that. I think when I wrote this one, We Rise, even though this is it's not just related. This poem is not just related to black people, like power with black people and other things. This could be related to any marginalized community. Like for me, it's related to disability community, um, black people, and what was my other gonna say? And women. Like for other people, it can relate to other stuff, but that's personal for them. For me, those three things are personal to me. So. Um, okay, so we rise. We rise and well, my boys, don't do that. Don't I'm gonna tie my tongue is doing the thing where it ties my voice together. Okay, start again. We rise. We rise and we raise our voices. We rise and we stand up and fight for our rights. Um, we rise and we show our power. We rise and announce what we deserve. We rise and demand to be heard. We never stop fighting and standing up for our rights. We don't cower, but we rise. We rise, we rise, we rise. I like this one. I don't know. When I hear it, I think of I don't know who I think of. I think of somebody like from the Black movement. My brain is not placing the name I'm thinking of too. I don't know. That's what I think of for myself personally. I know other people think of other things, but that's what I think of when I'm reading it. Sorry, my tongue was getting tied. I don't know why. Sometimes when I don't know if it's it wasn't even I don't even have a really space on my knowledge. My mom said I don't have speech impediment, but sometimes when I read words, my voice will tie. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like it ties another sound to it, so it will twist what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Wait. So do you want to hear No Shame, Nick? Because you said you want to hear them. So I was trying to figure out if you wanted to hear Is Shame. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would. I'm not sure if I'm okay if I would choose him for who I see. I'm not sure if it's him. I feel like I see a woman. Okay. So no shame. No shame in being you unapologetically. No shame in showing your emotions freely. No shame in discussing or embracing your disabilities openly. No shame in sharing your imperfections with others. No shame in embracing your passions with all of your heart. No shame, no shame, no shame. That's the name of the game. No shame, no shame, no shame. That's the goal you want to achieve. No shame, no shame, no shame. I like that one too. I don't know how I write these poems. I swear I don't. I swear. I just sometimes the words just flow, like they just come out. Sometimes, actually, oftentimes when I'm writing these poems, the words just flow together. I don't know how. And this one is called Embrace. Embrace your future. Embrace your past. Embrace your present. Embrace all your beautiful imperfections. Embrace each part of you. Embrace yourself with no shame. Embracing something can give you power. Embracing something can give you peace. Embracing something can give you comfort. I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how I write these. I really literally don't know how I do it because I, like I said, being dyslexic, it like doesn't it, dyslexic, I mean, I write, it's quite interesting. I don't know which form of dyslexia I have. I do know when I'm extremely tired, I will swap numbers. Not when I'm fully rested. I will never do that. I don't. There are different types of dyslexia. I'm not sure which one I have. I'm pretty good at spelling, so I'm not sure if it's that one. I do have problems with lefts and rights. Comprehension is part of it. Well, I'm glad that I inspire you. I I did this one. Well, for me, also being an athlete helps me understand about embracing things, and I feel like a lot of different pieces of my life it shows me the person I am. Like being an athlete, I learned I already had good work ethic in general because of my disabilities, but I think being an athlete showed me, Mariah, I literally pushed myself through pain when I remember when running, I would push myself. I was like, Mariah, we're tired, we want to stop, but Mariah, we got to get to the goal first, then we can stop. Like, um, I learned that. So I think for me, doing the disability content, and just tells me, Mariah, it's fine to be like wrong or mess up things. Like, and people will be forgiving of it. Some people won't. But I think for me now realizing like leaving my mistakes in my videos when I do them, not the short content, but the long content is because I realize other people deal with the same thing I deal with, and it shows that I'm a human being who deals with has these challenges and struggles, and I'll never not have them. That's not the point. The point is that other people go through this, and showing them that I can do this shows them that they could possibly do it if they want to try. Um, that's just a thought. I know that came out of nowhere. Sometimes my thoughts happen like that. This is how it goes. I like this one I wrote based off. It was based off my ADHD and my autism, being autistic and ADHD. I don't know. I feel like it didn't really give me an advantage. I feel like they didn't give me an advantage for myself personally. I would say I had to work 20 times as hard as my sister or more, or any other person that actually didn't have to do all that stuff because they didn't have any issues with work or whatever. Had to have tutors, other things just to be able to do things. Like I had tutors for reading, had extra help in school, accommodations. I don't mind the accommodations. There's just a lot of stuff that, um, a lot of pain went through, a lot of emotional pain throughout school. Bullying, feeling less than, a lot of different emotional traumas. Um, but I know it made me into the person about who I am, and that's why I don't accept when people bully other people on this stream and my channel, and don't put up with it. So this channel is a zero tolerance bullying. So if I see it, you get blocked immediately. It's not no second, oh, Mariah, sorry, no, I'm not sorry, no, sorry, nothing. Like, especially if you know that it's a zero tolerance bullying place, then and you do it in anyways, then that's not my fault if you get blocked. Some people ask me to block them, which I don't really quite understand, but whatever. Maybe because they're trying to tell me they're gonna do something bad and like trying to tell me that's gonna happen. I don't really know. Um, I like I said, I wrote this poem, "Beautiful Chaos," based on my autistic and ADHD side coming together because they're completely opposites. The autistic side likes things organized, detailed. Yeah, I agree. There's no exception for anybody. You're right, Nick. I way I thought about this one when was doing it, I was thinking about how I and I appreciate you for being very honest, Luke. Me and nobody else on this channel, and if I see it, first off, me and nobody else will judge you based on anything that happened to you as a child or any kind of disability you have because I have my own. And you're entitled to share your own experience and no one has a right to judge you on it. um as you can see, I have issues with speaking, which I'm sure it was obvious when I was reading my poems and stuff, but I learned that I shouldn't give up just because I have issues doing that. Just keep going, which is really challenging because everyone can see the areas that are weak for you, but don't let that stop you. And anyone that attacks you for your lived experiences will be banned because I don't deal with that because it's the same to me. I take it as a personal attack, even though it wasn't done to me. I take it as a personal attack because it's basically saying I'm allowing it to happen and I won't. So when I wrote this poem about my autistic side and my ADHD side, I was thinking about how they don't really go together, but they are both part of me. And so I was like, okay, how can we write this? I feel like my autistic side is beautiful, but my ADHD side is chaos. So I was like, that's a perfect name for a poem. So here it goes. Beautiful chaos is the story of my life. Beauty and chaos are two sides of myself colliding. Which side is beautiful? Which side is a mess? All you tell, sorry. Can you tell all of this makes up each and every part of me? Beauty shows itself, then shrinks back and lets chaos in. Beautiful chaos is what it becomes. I'm beautiful chaos, beautiful chaos, beautiful chaos, and nothing less. It's true. Like I know people on here are like Mariah. It's funny because you guys can see the real Mariah. I don't always show the side, and I do that because I've had people harm this side emotionally, so I don't always show the bubbly side of myself. Very often, rarely does my family actually get to see it, because I'm worried it's going to be attacked. And I'm not saying they do that, but I feel like because people judge people because of their differences, and sometimes I do feel like my family judges me. They don't do it on purpose because they don't understand what I'm going through at times because they're not in my head. They can't see how my brain always processes things. They are awesome in a way that they've always been supportive. They've never thought less of me. They've never put standards on me that were like you have. They've never done anything bad, but sometimes personally in my head, this is what I think, that because of my mannerisms, which are not typical things you see in society, um, what was I gonna say? I think that how do I say it in a way that sounds not rude? I think that because I can't see their viewpoint and they can't see mine, it's a clash at times because, like, for example, I'll give you an example. For me, I like a certain way of doing things. Like, I know it's an autistic thing, I know 100%. Like I have to do certain things a certain way, and if it's not done that way, I get irritated. And like my family, they don't get it. And like for example, I'll give you an example. One time I was vacuuming and I took the little vacuum thing off and I couldn't get back on, and I get aggravated because for me, I need immediate result. It's not like, oh, one time, two times. No, it has to happen immediately after. Like I need to get it back on when I take it off. Like after I get the stuff out, I need to get it back on. And because I couldn't get it back on, I was getting frustrated. And my dad was like, Mariah, he was like, Mariah, calm down. Just look at the instructions on the thing. And I was like, Dad, I'm looking at the instructions, but they put it in a stupid spot on the vacuum cleaner. Like they put it on the back of the vacuum cleaner where you can't see like what it's trying to tell me. Like, and it wasn't crystal clear, which pissed me off even more because being autistic, I need clear, concise direction, and that crap was not clear and concise. So it's making me more aggravated on top of my aggravation. So I was like, he was like, Mariah, come back when you calm down so you can get it done. Oh, hello. Um, but I don't think most people that are autistic, that are not like autistic, they don't get what I'm talking about. They're like, Mariah, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. But to me, it is. I don't know how to say your name. I don't know how to say it. I'm not gonna try because I don't like butchering people's name. It's a thing I hate. Uh, people are like, "What, Mariah?" I'm so sorry. Sorry to hear that. Um, I feel bad because I know dementia is not. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Weiss? I don't know, or is it Wes? Do not judge me if I said it wrong. I'm so sorry, Mark. I do know dementia is, it's not, it's a sucky disease. My grandmother had it before she died. Like, I don't know if that's what killed her, but I know she had it, and it was horrible to see the down, spiral of how it went. Um, but I'm sorry that's happening to you. Uh, Yeah. I'm glad that you are like not like me, Nick, because I can't do that. I like my brain can't like I'm very I realized I was reading something about like ADHD and autism. I read that ADHD people that have ADHD tend to get more irritated easily, like all which makes more sense now that I know this. Irritated easily, impatient, different things. Oh, well, I hope the court. I hope court goes um well. I hope that is a reasonable outcome. Well, I'm sorry your cat died. But what was I gonna say? Darn, I lost my thought. What was I talking about? I lost my thoughts. Oh, I hate when I lose. Oh yes, we were talking about. Oh yeah, we were talking about frustration. Um, you said you could spend an hour figuring something. I'm glad you can do that. I literally can't do that. Like I don't have the my brain doesn't have the patience for that. Well, I don't know how to I don't know what to thank you, Nick, because I literally didn't know what to say to that. Because that did not sound like a joke. That actually sounded kind of terrifying. What you just said. I do know it's an AD. I definitely have ADHD and autistic tendencies that come. I don't know what. One thing I don't know is where my autistic side stops and where ADHD side starts. I don't know where they stop and start. I do know sometimes they. I definitely know they conflict all the time. Like my ADHD side is impulsive, while the autistic side is more like reserved a little bit, in my opinion. That's how I view it. Um, what else? I view that my like parts of me don't like sometimes I'm like, where does this side come in and where does the other one stop? And like I do wonder where because I know ADHD and being autistic and having ADHD both overlap. And so the tendencies in one can be like a weakness in one can be a strength in another, which is actually very obvious for me. I have strengths in one, that's weaknesses in other, but then they deficit each other. Like for me, it's weird. I do think mine is a balance. I agree with you. Like the routine structure is the autistic side. Then the creative side, I think, is probably part of neither the autistic and ADHD side, both there. The detailed attention to detail is definitely autistic side. ADHD is more like, okay, Mariah, we can do whatever the heck we want, which doesn't happen very often. I tailor myself towards the autistic side. I like my autistic side better. I do. I don't know why. Yes, I do. Because I do think, and also my autistic side hid my ADHD. This is why I didn't think I had ADHD. I realized I had ADHD after I became really burnt out at my job because this little girl caused me to be burnt out way more than I normally am, at my job. Oh, hi, Mercury. How are you? Wes, quit it now. Thank you, Nick. Um, I'm sorry, Nick, that happened to you. That's ridiculous. Okay, but I feel like my kid. I'm okay. Mercury. My chaos. It can be. I don't know. I feel like. Yeah, I know. I know you gave him a chance because you're better. You're better than me, Nick. Way better than I am. Because if I was my mod on my own channel, he would have been blocked. But you're like me. You're kind of like me. I give people chances, like chances and chances. Okay, I give them like a couple of maybe one chance, and then if they keep blowing, if I keep seeing more, then it's immediate done. Um. Oh, your son has. So your son is autistic. Oh, okay. I'm autistic, dyslexic, and ADHD. If you didn't know. Um. Yeah. I don't know which level I am. There are different levels of autism. I'm not certain. I've been told I have level one. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know the level, so I can't for certain say that's what it is, which one it is. I my by my based on what I know people hate this term. Sorry for people that hate this term. Based on what my therapist said, she says she thinks I had this is my former therapist. And I didn't leave her because of her what she told me about the diagnosis. I left because I couldn't afford it anymore. She was a really good therapist. She suspects I have Asperger's. I know you guys, people don't like that term. I know it's now under autism. I know that. Just don't hate me for saying it because I know people don't like that term because it's linked to Nazis and stuff. I get it, okay, but just saying, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I have three things that make me very rare because I've heard that it's not common. People have more than two disabilities in one, I think. Like I have three cognitive disabilities. All three of those are under cognitive disability. Dyslexic, autism and ADHD, all under cognitive disability, which is why my poem cognitive disability fits me to a T now I think about it. Um, People hate it. People literally hate that term. I've heard people like have fits over that term, Asperger's. Um, I don't know. I feel like people probably couldn't tell that I had Asperger's now that I think about it, or that I was autistic because I don't fit the telltale signs. I don't. Also, I'm a girl. So being a girl, even being a girl with ADHD, it has different symptoms that like I'm doing that for actually ADHD in women. I'm doing that. That live stream is on March the 29th. Someone suggested that topic, and the way ADHD shows up in females or women, sorry, girls and women, it does not show up the same way in males. It's different because of I forgot what it is. There's differences. So I'm pretty certain it's probably similar to, for with autism and dyslexic, like different disabilities probably have different traits for men and women, like because they're different. Like which is probably why when I was tested for my condition back when I was a child, they didn't yeah, that's also, oh yeah, for anyone that hasn't voted for that article, it looks like the one that's in the lead for which article I'm going to choose for that topic is the one about it's ADHD and women versus men is a top article that's in the lead, which I actually like that article the best. One of the best ones I like because I like that it tells the difference between males and females. So we'll have to see what happens with that. I don't know if it's gonna stay that way. I also am gonna put up since Nick told me we got to 1,300 subscribers, which is insane by the way, which is amazing but insane. I gotta put up a poll about what dates and times we can do that live stream because I always I've learned to let the community decide what date is best for them because what date is best for me may not be what's best for them. So we'll have to see. I didn't think we'd get to 1,300 today. I thought maybe later on in this month. I do special live streams every 100 subscribers. So when we get to 1,400, I do live streams for anyone that's new to this channel. I do live streams every Monday at 6 p.m. and every Saturday at noon, and they're on different. Actually, I really like I'm 100%. I just realized I'm talking so fast. Let me slow down. Okay, so I do videos every other Saturday. They come out at 6 p.m. Live streams on Monday at 6 p.m. And these are my unscripted fun live streams. Special live streams come out whenever they come out because that depends on when they reach the goal. Saturday live streams are always scripted and on different topics. This week's topic for Saturday is generalized anxiety disorder. Yeah, what's my opinion on interracial dating? I 100% support interracial dating and marriage, but that's just a personal thought. I've also done a video on, I don't know if you saw it on Mercury, it's a while ago. I did a video on being black while having disability. I don't know if that's what you mean by race and disability, or did you mean something else? I just want to clarify before I go on to because I can add it. Like I have topics for videos up until October for planned videos, and the planned videos also for people that are Patreon. That's a long time. Yeah, it's a long time ago for that one I just told you about when well, someone thought that was racist, even though that video is not racist in my opinion, which means he must have been. I almost wonder if he has the reason why he thought it was racist because he has racist tendencies why he thought it was a racist video because it was not racist. This is me being real, and I guess maybe he didn't like that. One of my former friends, and that's not why we're not friends anymore. He just kind of vanished, and I don't know what happened to him. And I tried reaching out for a long time and nothing, so I just kind of stopped reaching out. I had reached out for over 2 years and it's nothing after that. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yes. I have planned videos that come out every other Saturday on my YouTube channel, but every other Wednesday on my Patreon. So paying patrons get to see them before it comes out on YouTube. This week's video, which will be up on Wednesday on Patreon and Saturday on Saturday on YouTube, is on the topic of, and this is just the topic someone suggested to me, how to react when your close friends don't understand your autism at all. And that was a response video. I love response videos a lot better than research videos because with those videos, I collect different responses and I share each of their responses in the video. And I like them because they're very personalized and I like reading them because I feel like it's very, I feel like it just helps people understand better, like when it's a personal experience than when it's you look up this research anyone can look up and kind of go from there. So yeah. And then the week after, like I do plan videos every 2 weeks. I used to do. Oh, okay. Have a good rest of your week, Luke. Oh, and thanks for that. For me, it's almost nighttime here. So have a great day. Have a great sleep and a great rest of your week. So yeah. What was I gonna say? What was my thought? I had a thought and I lost it. Dang, I hate when that happens. I was talking about. Oh yes, I was talking about plan videos. Oh yes, also I have art. For anyone that is interested in art, I don't know you. I saw what you said. I don't know you though. Thanks, Nick. I don't. I just kind of ignored. Awesome. That's cool that you're nature lover. I like. I love being an. I like being. I don't know. I like being an a abstract artist. I like art that is more like art you don't see. I like making that kind of art better than like even as a child. I like. It's interesting how my art is morphed. Not a bad thing. It went from like I'm not saying it's almost like my creativity side, my creative side that was based on my imagination has changed throughout my life. Like it went from like okay, this is maybe more based off imagination than now it's more like okay, based off what we see in society or what can be said like yeah, that's I like that. Like I love that art is still part of my life. It's been a part of my life since I was 8 years old. So being in my 30s, I'm like I'm happy it's still a part of it because it's one of my special interests. Just same way, like this is still part of my life. Yeah, I love Nick. I love Nick. He's doing great at doing this. Like I love abstract, because and also I love that for me, I love that abstract can be like what I interpret, the way I interpret my art can be completely different of how someone else sees it. Like I can see one side of it because I personally made it and I know what I wanted it to be. Um, that this live stream of like therapy? Not really. I was just talking. It's really all it was. All this live stream is being myself, get to be myself a lot more, and engaging with people in the community, which I really like doing. I just like. I'm definitely not a therapist. I never could be. I just think it's important to be yourself, and I think that some people, sometimes people, because of the pressures of the world, sometimes people think that um, they can't because, like, if they do be themselves or if they are themselves, like, people are going to shame them, hate them. Like, honestly, people will shame and hate you even if you aren't yourself sometimes because people sometimes are just looking for a reason not to like you. I've had that happen for myself. Like, people didn't like me just because I'm me, like, or I just because I exist, they don't like me. Like, I don't really can't tell somebody what they can and can't like. It's not my job. Like, but I can be myself. The one thing I've noticed is when I be myself and I'm actually truly myself, people seem to like it way more than if you're pretending to be something and they catch you into pretending. At least I've never been caught in pretending because I don't pretend to be someone else. I just sometimes don't always show um certain things about my mask, like my mask of my emotional mask, which I put up a lot because I've been hurt. So I sometimes actually I've been more terrified to show it than not. But I realized with this YouTube channel, it's okay to be Mariah fully, and people will accept it because I didn't always think that for a long time. I didn't think that was okay. I thought, okay, Mariah, we have to be a certain way. People judge people like people assume things about things. Like I've had people even in college throughout my whole life. I've had people, oh, she's this way, she's shy, she's quiet, she's blah blah blah. Like you have all these people speaking things on you, and they don't realize when you speak something on somebody, it actually impacts. It may impact who they are and how they are around you. Like I do suspect that a lot of the time. Oh, hello. I do suspect that a lot of the time people speak things on people and then they're like they shrink back into themselves because they're like, okay, you basically spoke over everything I am and you don't know anything about me, so I'm not safe around you, so I can't speak. And I've had that happen. Like I had where I was like in my job, my former job I was in, I was being myself fully, and then at times I was being harassed and harassed and harassed, and then I just literally completely stopped talking to one of my coworkers. Completely stopped talking because she made me feel emotionally unsafe and was attacking me emotionally because of the situation we were in, which is not my bloody fault. I didn't make this child be this way. I didn't do anything to her to cause her to be having this behavior. Would, but all the stuff was put on me, like as if I caused behaviors of a child that I can't control what she does. And like no one else at my job made me feel that way. But that particular person who I worked directly under was causing me to feel that way. I was glad when I was leaving because I was like, I don't have to deal with her anymore because I'm like, she made me feel emotionally unsafe, which made me put my mask back up when I should be allowed to have it down. Like I have a right to have it down. Um, I have a right to have my be able to be Mariah fully, and you because you literally making she literally made me be selectively mute, and I didn't like being selectively mute because Mariah's like Mariah. If we I would tell myself we don't need to say nothing to her because if we say something, we're gonna upset her, and then it's gonna get worse. So I was like, okay, Mariah, we gotta get through these couple of weeks or a couple of days, and then we're gone, so we don't have to deal with it anymore. Like, yeah. So yeah. You said you feel like people, yeah, well, she was projecting it because this whole situation with this little girl was, I'm not gonna lie, the situation was difficult. The little girl was difficult. I understand why she was irritated, but it's not my fault that the child shouldn't have been in that school. Everybody in the whole entire school that didn't even work in the classroom knew that child shouldn't have been there. Like, everybody. But they put her in the classroom when they knew that she was a safety hazard. She was a whole lot of different things. Gave me PTSD for a little bit. Like she caused my anxiety to get way out of control. Like almost had me have a mental breakdown at my job, my past job. It was like a whole thing. People that were across the hallway were like, Mariah, yeah, you need to like. They were like you need to calm down and but they didn't understand. They knew what we were dealing with. They knew what we were dealing with, but they were not. Oh, thanks. That's really sweet. I mean, I love working with kids. I miss it, but I can't go back in that experience. I mean, back in that setting because I'm terrified it's gonna get worse. And I love like working with kids that were like me when I was a child. Um, I like gravitate towards them. I remember the first time I ever worked with a child that was like me, which I didn't realize back then that was what I was doing. It was when I was about I think 8 or 9. First time I ever had my own first experience working with kids that were like me. This little girl was nonverbal. I think she should be around my age if she's still alive. The reason I say she's still alive because I don't know what happened to her because I grew up. She probably grew up. I don't know what happened to her because we didn't stay in the same area. So, now I know that she was nonverbal and she was autistic. I didn't know that back then because let's be honest, in schools and nowadays still in schools, which you would think it's been what 30 years, let's see, about let's see, so it was early 90s, 2000, okay, 20 something years. You would think that they would teach about disabilities in school because back when I was a child they didn't teach you about disability. I know I had my own. um I went around kids that were like me. I was classmates with kids that were like me. Maybe not exactly, but the point is, we all knew that we were different, but no one ever really talked about it. And they made it, in my opinion, they always made it seem like having a disability was bad. Like, it's bad, bad, bad. You'd be hidden. Like, I remember when I was a child, I used to wonder, I was like, where's these kids over here? Like, I used to think about it, even in high school and other grades. I was like, where are those kids? Those kids, those lockers, because you knew there were kids that had lockers, but you never saw those kids. And I'm like, in my brain, this is what I'm thinking as a child and growing up being a kid that had disabilities, even though they weren't visible to the naked eye. I was thinking, is this what I would have if I was like a little bit like in the same level that they were, or not nonverbal, or someone that would be considered a hard to deal with? Would I be one of those kids that was hidden away and not really dealt with? Like, of course, they've come a long way with including these kids. I agree with that. They do have had included these kids, but a child coming up to me asking me, why does this kid act this way? I shouldn't have to answer that because they should know why they act this way. I shouldn't have to answer it because they shouldn't have to come to me because this should be taught in school. Like, why are we not teaching these kids about there are kids that have disabilities? There ain't nothing wrong with disabilities. It just means they need extra help or possibly extra support. I just don't get it. Like, I would think 20 years plus on, you would think that would be part of the curriculum, but it's not. And I never understood why it's not. I don't get it. I still don't. And I'm not yelling. I sometimes when I get really passionate about something, it sounds like I'm yelling, but I'm not. It's just I don't quite understand. You would think because of like I understand that separating the kids because of academic ability, because I was one of those kids that was separated into different groups. I get it. I do get that. And I've worked with kids like that. I do understand that. But the thing is, the point where I do understand why they're, but I do wonder why we never saw them in like different, like I never saw them in any of the class. Maybe they weren't in my class. Like they might not have been. Now I think about it. I don't know if they, because I know back then, like even the classes now, these kids, I would take them down to, and some of my coworkers, we would take them into the classes they would be in if they were in those actual classes. Like so they go to like um specials with those kids, but otherwise they'd be in our classroom. I don't know if it was like that back in the day. I don't know because I don't remember ever seeing those kids. I only remember seeing them when me and my other classmates who read under grade level went over to their classrooms. Other than that, I don't ever remember seeing these kids. Like, which is really sad when I think about it. You said the school doesn't realize it's lost it. Yeah, I know they don't understand it. Like, but it's because they don't. Because to me, I don't think people understand. That's my opinion. People just assume, oh, this is the right thing to do. Just alienate your kids. Well, how is that good? Because basically, what you're teaching them is that in the real world, which basically you're not teaching them for, because in the real world, you don't just separate out people that are different. That's not how it works. Like because people come across people every day that are different, and also people that are different unquote unquote, which is not a bad thing by the way, people that have disabilities and the ones that don't. And if you don't give them access to ones that don't have disability, how are they going to know that that's out there? They're just going to just assume it. Like I just don't, I just think that's a disservice. And I know I'm biased because of me being a person that has disabilities, but um I just think that is very it's not a good look. It's not a good it's not oh thanks. It's just not good for people to I don't know, I just feel like it's like you're basically coddling a child, coddling the person to a point where they're not aware of what is out there, and that's not good because then when they get exposed to that world and they'll basically be culture shocked, even though that makes any doesn't make sense in that particular word. But I don't know the other. I don't know what it'd be considered. Would it be? I guess it would be maybe social. Would it be social shock because you're not exposed to what society has? I'm not sure if it'd be called that. Point is, they'll be shocked in what they're observing because they're like, I never encountered this, and they won't know how to interact. Which is why I liked when at my past job where we took the kids on like field trips where they got to be exposed to the environment, which I think everyone I don't even know if they did that back then. Back in when I was a kid, I don't remember them doing that. They might have. But I went on field trip with my class, so maybe for me that was I don't know what they did. This one I don't know if it's still called special education, but I know they have different programs from different disabilities. Back then I don't know if the special kids that had special ed like the special buses and stuff. And I'm not trying to be rude because I'm I have my own um disabilities. But because like I know how we went on field trips with the kids and they got to interact with the public. I hope that's what they did back when I was a child. I don't know for a fact because I was in inclusion classes, so which means I had an IEP, but I was in gen ed classes. I just had accommodations, but I could still participate in gen ed classes, which is possible for some people that had disabilities. It is possible to not be fully separated from class. Um, the only time I really ever really was pulled out for read it was for reading and reading comprehension, which makes sense to dyslexics. side of my, like, it's honestly the most, in my opinion, um that's the most distinct or most present disability that for me it's the most one that you can see. Like the others you can see sometimes. You're put in non-disabled classes, but you struggle a lot because you're disabled. But you think it's bad that, yeah, see, I do think that they should teach. They don't see what I'm saying. As I agree, that's why I said I believe they should teach about disability. I just thought, like, I always used to think, I know my mom would said it's not what she thought. She didn't intend for that to happen. Mom didn't cause anything to happen or anything. And I used to look down on myself because I used to think being pulled out of class, this is before I realized now as an adult and before I became the person I am now, is I used to look down on myself because I'm like, why am I getting pulled out but everyone else is staying in class? But, well, not really. I wasn't the only one, but I was the only girl, I think, in that group, if I remember. I think it was all boys and I was the only girl, but that wasn't the point. I used to think less of myself because of it. Do you think that the situation is getting better in schools now? Or I think if you're talking about inclusion, I think it's getting better, but I do think there's still a disservice when it comes to like teaching kids about, like, it's okay to have a disability, it's okay to struggle and need support, that's okay. Like I feel like they don't teach those things, but I also wish they would teach gen ed kids that don't have disabilities at all. And I'm talking about both physical and visible and invisible disabilities, those kids that don't have those. um I wish they would teach them this is what a disability is. It doesn't mean they're less than. It just means they need extra help. Don't help them unless they ask for it. Like I feel like those need to be teach the basis of disability should be taught. And there's different kinds of disabilities. Ones that are visible and you can see them, and the ones that are invisible you can't see them. Just because a child doesn't think the same way as you doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means that they process information differently. I feel like if that was taught, maybe kids wouldn't pick on kids. People would, guys. I remember watching this little boy. I would make me mad. Oh my gosh, because he would let. It's sad because this little boy, he was autistic. He would let this little boy. He would like interact with his bully. It was so sad. It made me upset actually and mad because I don't think he realized the kid was picking on him. So he would literally go over and mess with him, and then and then he would like come to me and say, "Oh, Miss Burley or whatever, like this kid is picking on me." But then I see you going over to engage with him, so like just we. Then I would tell him like stay away from him because he's trying to instigate something to get you in trouble. So like I just wish this was taught. So you said, oh, and hi Hayden, I saw, so you said you think teaching kids about disabilities in schools. I wish it was our requirement. I swear, I wish I could write that during curriculum up or something. Cause I just really think I think it should be taught globally, like globally around the world. Which I'm sure in different countries they probably teach better. They probably teach more about disabilities than probably in the States. That's just a thought in the school system. You said it would be nice, like they teach everything else, but not. Yeah, I don't understand. I literally never. The first time I ever saw a book about someone with disability, I'm talking about like more recently, not when I was a child. Would be when I was in this lady's class. She was a third grade teacher, and she was telling the kids they can pick out whatever book they want. And I saw this kid. I can't remember if it was a kid I think it might have been a kid that was under my pretty certain it was a kid that I worked with. Like he was one of my kids that I was supporting in that class. Like watching and shadowing because I shadowed the kids to see if they need help. Like if they need help, I'd help them. Like there were kids under my charge that I had to support. Sometimes there was more than most of the time there was more than one. There was one with there was three. It depended on the class. So you said definitely something that I always wish they need to, like, I really wish that was like, oh, there are kids that are different. Not that they're less than, but I do suspect that people don't teach about kids with disabilities or people with disabilities because they view them as less than and they're not acceptable in society, which is very disheartening to me and others like me out here. That's like disheartening because I'm not less than and nor is anyone else less than. I think it's sad if people think that way. We're not a curse. We're not we didn't commit a sin to get this. Like um we're not bad luck. We're human beings that deserve to be treated as human beings, and I feel like oftentimes because the disability community tries to fight for what they deserve, we are pushed back into like, oh, you need to shut up, even though they don't say that. They kind of make a line where they like, you need to stop fighting, stop all this stuff. I've even had where I've had to, well, me and my coworkers, because some people wouldn't like. I've had where this when my past job, me and my coworkers would have to modify work because some people on the staff would not do it. They were like, this is too hard. So in my opinion, then why did you get this job? You know there's kids with disabilities and you, why do I have to modify your work, the work for you to do? I'm sorry, modify the work that needs to be done on top of what I need to do because I have to collect data and stuff to make sure they're meeting their goals. So I'm doing two jobs on one, which and then I have other kids I have to cover. It's not just one because typically I didn't have just one under in one class. Like I would have maybe two or three in one. Actually, I think I only had one time where I had one child in a class. Like the others, I had two to three, like and multiple. And then I also had other, even on top of that, I would have other kids coming up to me asking me like, what are we supposed to be doing when I had kids under my charge. And then I'm also trying to make sure the kids I'm with are staying on task because sometimes they would get distracted, which is understandable. You said you wish that schools also had different. I do wish. No, I literally agree with you because I wished. One thing I told my coworker, I said I wish you were my teacher when I was a kid because I think I would definitely have done a lot better and than struggling when I was a child. Because the way she taught, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, uh, funny thing, ironic thing is me and her share a birthday. She's older than me, but I would tell her, I said, I really wish I had you as a teacher when I was a kid because I feel like I would have really grasped stuff a lot easier. Like the way you teach it is very simplistic and I understand it. So I'm like, um, and I know I'm an adult when I was saying this, but still I understood like because they teach things particularly at least I don't know if it's changed, but back when I was a kid, they teach things one way and expect you to get it. Some things I did understand completely immediately when it was like math, I did get because that's one of my things. So like I did get that like certain things like inferencing and like I hate that crap. I hate inferencing and I hate things where you have to read between the line because like why would you do that? That's insulting to me because I'm I'm autistic, so I'm not gonna read through the lines. So I'm gonna expect it to be a certain distinct answer and it's not, and I have to like figure out what the bloody answer is, which makes it harder for me. And I just didn't like English at all. Like English was hard as heck. Like not speaking English. I'm talking about like literally inferring things and figuring out things and like figuring out the main topic. I literally hated that crap. I ain't gonna lie, because it was not something I was ever good at. It was something I always struggled with. It's not that I can't get it. It's just what my tutor always taught me that my tutor when I was in middle school taught me that if I can write something down on an outline and I can outline it out, then I'm good. But if I cannot, then this one the problem is a problem. It is true. It's very true. If I can detail it out and outline it, I'm good. But if I cannot, it means I'm not grasping the point. So it like literally is not going into my brain. So it's not working. Um, like math is fine. Scientific math, I don't know what the heck that is, and I do not account that as math, even though people say it is. It's not to me. Um, and so yeah, like, but at the same time, it makes sense. Math and art go together in my brain. To me, like they're more creative than to me than English. That's just a thought. That's my brain. I like them. I guess I like the logical side better than the creative side. But I also have a creative side because my art is creative. So I guess it's weird. Like I just wish people would just I like why can't society just be straightforward so we don't have to infer anything? People that are autistic and people that have disabilities that make it hard for you to read between the lines, do you just tell them straight up? Like in math problems, I would hate when they would give you extra information that's not necessary. So you're like, oh, I read all this mess, but Oh, I love accounting actually. Funny. I liked accounting in college. That was my favorite thing. I loved accounting. I like math. I hate calculus. That crap is garbage. I don't care. The thing was the most, especially since I had it during. I'm sorry, my professor pissed me off because the professor I had was literally like a darn. He was like an expert in calculus. So when he told things, I was like, he couldn't dumb it down, and I'm like, what the frick is this? So luckily, his TA was. I like this TA because this TA made me actually figure it out at points. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pass this class because I think it was either was it my last semester of college or my second, it was either my last semester of college or it was yeah, I hate calculus. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Calculus is not a math. I don't know what the hell that is. Back to the said. And people can get mad and say whatever. I don't care. Um, but the thing is, don't teach calculus if you can't dumb it down for the students that don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm just saying, like, the professor I had could not dumb it down so I could understand it to a level, like, even my other classmates couldn't understand that. Like, so they had to go to tutoring just like I did. Like, what the freak is this? Thank God they had tutoring, I'm not gonna lie. um, what was I don't know. I'm trying to think. What was my favorite class in college? I liked learning sign language. That was fun. That was I think that was either my last semester of college or my was that my last semester or my second to last. See, I'm mixing them up. I forgot which one's what. I was just happy on graduation day when I was like, my graduation from college sucked though because it rained and we couldn't get no pictures. So I was like, this is some bull. Like it literally, me and my sister and me and my sister had to like run to Target before like we graduated. And luckily, thank God, we graduated in the same ceremony because my parents would have had to, I would have missed hers or she would have missed mine if we both didn't graduate the same ceremony because one was in the morning, one was in the afternoon. I think were we in the morning? I think we were in the morning, I think. I don't remember. It was, the whole day was, man. We were rushing around